Today's episode was absolutely crazy. We fought headless wizards, trained our Ouroboros at a training dummy. We fought Leshy, who had clicked a picture of the moon, a robot that melted itself, and the game glitching. Yeah, there's so much stuff to cover. There was like hours of gameplay, and I compiled it into as short as I could. I hope you enjoy. Let's start. Pretty early on in the first run, we befriend this stunted wolf from like we freed from by solving a puzzle, we freed from the claw, and it replaces the wolf in our starting hand. Like every time we die and we come back, we'll have the stunted wolf instead of the wolf now in our starting hand, which is nice. They have some conversation. This is basically the first interaction, or this is basically the first time I'm using the stunted wolf. So I didn't realize it would take me so long to finish Act 1. In fact, until very recently, I didn't even know there were like multiple acts to this game. I thought like this was the entirety of it. This whole, us sitting across the table from this mysterious, shady figure and playing cards. And yeah, I, in this, just in this gameplay session alone, I've died thrice, which in Act 1, which means there are 4 runs in Act 1. And yeah, although we got pretty far in the first run, like just now in this big, before we die for the first time, we'll actually end up reaching the final boss battle, as you can see here. In fact, the final boss is Leshy. I mean, we get to see the mysterious figure from behind the shadows. We get to he doesn't he isn't very not the best fashion sense, let's say. Getting back to the actual battle itself, Leshy, the being the final boss, obviously has his own gimmicks, and they actually kind of fuck up your gameplay. And let's call him the run ender, because this is the first time I fought him and I wasn't prepared. I did lose. Oh, I didn't go very far actually. What about lose? I actually got stopped. Like I got annihilated. Okay, the second one was even luckier. I discovered an insane gimmick or an insane strategy. So basically, you know that symbol of unkillable. Basically, if a card dies or is sacrificed, basically if it is killed by any means, you get a copy of it again in your hand, so you can play it again. So totems, which applies a particular sigil to a species, the entire species of cards on the board on your side. Apparently, you can get a rodent totem to apply the unkillable sigil to all your rodents. On what are rodents? Squirrels. So every squirrel, basically a free cost card which we used to sacrifice. Yeah, we can. They're unkillable. Dude, it's insane. The strategy is insane. Like, just look at this. Just look at this. I have the stunted wolf and 2 squirrels to block the attacks. And wait, they're gonna attack, obviously. Yep, my stunted wolf I don't get back, but the squirrels, I got them back in my hand. That doesn't look good. Hold on. So I generally draw a card from my deck and not a squirrel, because like once I have ample squirrels, I don't ever have to draw squirrels again, because they'll always come back to my hand when they die. But I have the great white and the great grizzly. I need a squirrel. Yeah, I need a squirrel because they both cost 3 cards. Now hold on. Let me hold on. 1, 2, 3. The grizzly. The sigil, the tail sigil is entirely useless on the great white. Wait, see? I summoned the grizzly using the 3 squirrels and I got it back. Black goat? Oh, wait, hold on. I need to summon. Yep. I put a black goat. The squirrel is back in my hand and I summoned the great white. Oh my god. Although I was saying earlier, I can I'm gonna put another squirrel to block the attack as well. What can they do? Like, if the squirrel dies, it's gonna come back anyway. But yeah. So I was just saying, the snake, the lizard sigil on the great white is useless because it's a waterborne card. It cannot be attacked, and we lost. Yeah, I mean, look, this is this strat is really useful, but I'm just dumb. The mistake I made was that I should have placed, since the Great White is a waterborne card, it doesn't really defend. I should have placed it where I placed the squirrel, and I should have placed the squirrel in front of the moose, so to block the attack. Anyway, for the next two runs, I try to get a 5 attack card to finish battles before they start. Like particularly the stunted wolf, because it's a 1 blood cost card, right? So I'm gonna try to get it to 5 attack in the next two runs as fast as possible using campfires and stuff, so I can like finish battles before they even start. I was lucky enough to get the stunted wolf to 5 attack in like immediate next run. Here it goes. Won the battle before it even started. You have no idea how long I've been waiting for an Ouroboros strat, and okay, no Ouroboros. Yeah. At that point, what I didn't know, I was not gonna get an Ouroboros the entire Act 1 actually. Pretty soon, we had again reached Leshy's battle, the final boss battle, and we had amassed quite a good deck. Like, look at these cards. It was, yeah, I think this is the best chance we had. One thing I was gonna do, actually, I think you'll see it in the battle. The battle was tough, definitely, but it ended very quickly because of this. Thing I mentioned earlier, I prepared for this battle was a Mantis God with a touch of Death Sigil, and it not only does it attack in 3 lanes, any card it attacks immediately perishes. So yep, that is my win condition here, and we do win. This ends really fast. You'll see. Black goat, and use the black goat to place the moose. I don't want him to, pull any of our good cards. Maybe a squirrel or smoke, yeah. And there you see, immediate win. I mean, it also helps that my Mantis is 9 health and my moose is 7 attack. And with that, we successfully defeat Leshy. I did not expect this game to be a fourth wall breaking experience. This is where Act 1 ends, and we switch to Act 2. There's a lot of fourth wall breaking stuff here, so let's just skip to Act 2. Oh, there's a jump scare, by the way. Leshy gets really mad when we have it. Yeah, scary. In fact, this part I had to look up what I have to do next to like progress in the game. I didn't know how to switch from Act 1 to Act 2. Actually, it's basically defeating Leshy just unlocks. Remember when we start the game Inscryption, we don't. The new game option is locked and we can only continue. So this is showing the new game symbol. We can finally start a new game instead of continuing the save file. Act 2 changed the game entirely. Deck building especially, besides the graphics. As you can see, it's a pixelated old school Pokemon lookalike. But yeah, deck building. We had different groups of cards, each corresponding to a scribe, which is a boss basically. Old cards from Act 1 were also there, but I personally found Grimora's deck to be the easiest to start with. I don't know. I think it's the easiest. There are puzzles you have to solve to battle with the bosses, and the goal is to defeat all 4 bosses, I think. Here is me battling Grimora, which is chronologically the second boss. I lose the first time I fight her. Then I go back and fight Leshy, and I finally get Ouroboros in this run. And after getting Ouroboros, I defeat Grimora. Then this wizard guy, then this computer guy, And well, Act 2 was a breeze, honestly, compared to how much we struggled in Act 1. Then we had a choice to like choose which scribe we're gonna replace, and yeah, we chose the computer, and we have to battle him again. So it's like the second battle I'm having with this guy, and I guess this is the final battle. I'm not I'm not entirely sure if battling this robot gets me a second battle or battling any scribe gets you a second battle. But yeah, it was easy. I finished it because Ouroboros, and with that, Act 2 ends. There's more fourth wall breaking, and we proceed to Act 3. So you can already see in Act 3, the game has taken a turn again. The graphics and everything looks so very different. It's the gameplay wise, it's similar to Act 1 where there are lanes and stuff. I died. Amazing. So we respawn. Yeah. So gameplay wise, it's similar to Act 1 with lanes, but this is an extra lane.
Yeah.
And we're fighting PO3, the bot, instead of Leshy. We die a couple times, but there's checkpoints now, so we don't have to die and restart from the beginning. And after dying a couple times, I decide that's the end of the session. I was tired. I'm done. I'm dead. Yeah, we'll finish Act 3 some other day. But yeah, that's all for this episode. Catch you guys in the next one. Hope you like this one. I This took a while to make. So if you did watch this, drop a like. Thank you.